Everyone, it is the Conservative Coin Collector. Welcome back to my channel. And I was currently admiring this beautiful coin. It is a Morgan dollar. The reverse has a little bit of, well, I don't know if it's toning or damage, but on the breast of the eagle, and there's just a little bit of darkness on the wing. And the front of it's not too shabby. It's a 137-year-old coin. More specifically, a 137-year-old Morgan dollar from 1887. It's in quite beautiful shape. And in the year 2136, when I am that age, I hope to look this good as well. Comment if you're watching in that particular year. I would love to hear it. That's just one Morgan dollar. Today I have 10 of them to show you. These are the most valuable Morgan dollars that have ever been created, starting with the least valuable to the most valuable. And its video is going to get crazy because the least valuable is going to be at least 6 figures. I'm going to leave you with that, and I don't want this intro to be too long, so you know what to do. You know what to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and well, on to the video. The top 10 most valuable Morgan dollar of all time. The first coin I have for you is the 1879 CC or Carson City Silver Morgan dollar. The Mint facility in Carson City has a special place in the hearts of coin collectors. The romance location of the frontier Wild West is part of the appeal, but Carson City also produced coins for a limited time, started up in 1879 and closing its doors in 1893. And from 1878 until it ceased processing, the facility produced only Morgan dollars. The Morgan dollars struck during 1879 are sought by collectors with only 756,000 ever produced, and out of those, only 200 are estimated to have survived to this day. Morgan dollars minted in Carson City can be identified by the letters CC on the reverse. The mint mark appears just above between the letters D and O and dollar. The date appears on the obverse beneath the head of the Lady Liberty. The auction record for the 1879 Morgan dollar with the Carson City mint mark was set in 2023. It was a coin graded for MS66 Plus and tied with one of the finest known surviving examples. It crossed the block for $192,000, but today independent coin graders would value it at $290,000. The 1880 CC Morgan silver dollar is next up. The mintage of the 1880 Carson City Morgan silver dollar was significantly lower than the previous year, only about 591,000 compared to 756,000 from the previous year. The Treasury hoarded many of these coins, not releasing them for circulation until, of course, decades later, and today it's pretty easy to find one of them. There are many different design varieties too, including some with an overdate and others with a reverse design from the 1878 mintage. But the finest examples are still worth big money. Most of these coins, graded by PCGS, are around MS64. There were over 1,100 certified examples in that grade. But few climbed the points, and after MS64, the numbers tend to fall dramatically. Only 42 coins have been graded MS67 and 67 plus, and just one at MS68. The auction was set for the mintage in 2012. An MS67 one sold for $47,000, but that very peak, that MS68, that perfect coin, sold for $300,000 for $1, which is pretty crazy. Another Carson City classic, the 1885 Morgan silver dollar. but only in MS68 plus condition. The coin that I'm showing you is not in MS68 plus condition, but it's got some natural rainbow toning to it, which just makes it that much more beautiful. The mintage for these silver dollars was particularly low at only 228,000, but most of these coins were never put into circulation. However, as a result, the vast majority of the 174,000 or so surviving coins are in mint condition. And for circulating condition Morgan silver dollars, the 1885 Carson City mintage is the rarest and most valuable of them all. Over the years, the Treasury has released more bags of 1885 Carson City dollars with a plentiful supply. Collectors once bought and sold multiple coins at once. But as ever, the finest examples are the most money. The finest of these came to market in 2015. It sold for a record-breaking $135,125. But since then, it has more than doubled its value. PCGS estimate it can be not over one, not over two, but over $300,000. Number 7, we have the 1897 O Morgan silver dollar, the first New Orleans mint mark to make an appearance. The mint facility at New Orleans struck Morgan silver dollars in 1879, and the coins continued coming out of the presses until 1904. The 1897 New Orleans dollar is a particularly rare mintage. Over 4 million coins were struck, and 1 in 10 of those are estimated to have survived all these years later. Coins in the finest condition, however, are hard to find. That includes examples designated proof-like or deep mirror proof-like. These designations are awarded to the uncirculated coins with a particularly clean strike, glossy fields, and frosted devices. About 1,100 coins are believed to have survived in mint state, but if you're looking for a gem of a quality coin that is graded MS65 or above, only 38 of those coins have been deemed at that level. The auction record was set in 2020 for one graded at MS67, and it's one of two to have been awarded that grade. Today, it sold in 2020 for $348,000, but 4 years later, PCGS values it at $385,000. The 1883 S. Morgan silver dollar. The San Francisco Mint struck Morgan silver dollars throughout the entire life of the series. And in 1883, the mintage was relatively high at $6,250,000. But unlike other years, the Treasury seems to not have hoarded these coins for later release. That has kept down available numbers, meaning prices are buoyant. 199,000 coins are estimated to survive today, and only 10 of those are in mint state. The total drops to double figures for examples of gem quality. PCGS has certified only 94 of those, and proof-like and deep mirror proof-like are even rarer than that. One of these, an MS67 grade, was auctioned in 2009, and the coin sold for $161,000. 15 years later, it is estimated to be worth at $350,000. So, crazy. This Morgan silver dollar was not struck in the 1800s. It was struck in 1901 and in Philadelphia. And you can tell it's struck in Philadelphia because of the lack of a mint mark. Just under 7 million were minted, and it's thought about 1 in 10 of those to have survived. Only 10,000 examples exist between MS-60 and 64, and just 8 gem quality examples make them highly prized by collectors. The finest known uncirculated example is a single coin graded MS-66 that last sold at auction at a price of $587,000 in 2015. Today, PCGS values it at $700,000. We are halfway done with number 5, the 1892 S Morgan dollar. The Morgan dollar was, when it was minted in San Francisco in 1892, it was not particularly rare in circulated condition, but in other cases, uncirculated examples are very thin. That seems to kind of be a theme here. It gradually became clear that mint state examples were very precious. Today, PCGS estimates about 1,200 of them survive, and only 64 have been graded MS-65 or above. In 2020, the price of one of these was $630,000. 4 years later, PCGS estimates it has risen to $750,000, $750,000 for one coin. Number 4, we have the San Francisco minted 1884 Morgan dollar. The mint facility produced 3.2 million silver Morgans in 1884, but today fewer than 200,000 survive, and fewer than 2,000 are in mint state. The finest examples that are known to exist are graded at MS-68. And last sold in 2020, but it crossed the block and sold for $750,000, or $750,000. In 2023, the same coin was valued by PCGS at $900,000. We're almost at the million mark. The 1886 Morgan silver dollar. We know that a coin's rarity is key to its value. So you may be surprised that, well, despite being at the top of the list, that this particular Morgan dollar had well over 10 million struck. But for some reason, they've almost all disappeared, and nobody is quite sure why. It has been suggested that perhaps 3 million of them are put into circulation as soon as they were produced, and the majority of the rest, the theory goes, remain at the mint, and they were all melted down under the terms of the Pittman Act. You can still find a circulated coin without too much trouble, and prices start around $30 for poor condition. And if you want a coin graded, one or two of these, it can command a start around $100. A mint state example would start from $1,400, rising to $12,000. By far away the finest sole example of an MS-67, 1.5 grades higher than the nearest contender, it's also a deep mirror finish. This coin last sold in 2020 for $780,000, but PCGS values it at a cool $1 million today. The last coin I have for you is, you guessed it, a Morgan dollar. This one was minted in Carson City and in 1889, and it is also known as it's the rarest of all the Carson City Morgan dollars. In uncirculated condition, they're extremely hard to find, with only 4,250 coins, certified grades, and 7 of these are known to exist in the gem quality. The finest of all is a single coin graded at MS-68 and it was 1 point higher than the nearest contender. This coin has been owned by a few people over the years, and it was last purchased, well, offered at auction and then purchased, I should say, in 2013. It was purchased for $881,250. Today, PCG places it at over $1 million. $1 million for what was once considered just a $1 coin. It just blows my mind how valuable some of these Morgan dollars are. It's absolutely spectacular.